on irlonestar.com.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on the Cindy Cochran Show. It is Wednesday. We're halfway there. So it's exciting because we have, to me, the most pertinent guest we can have because she's important because of how she helps people and what she does for people. And for somebody like me, oh boy, do I relate to her. Only on the side that what she's doing is amazing. I can't do that. That's who I want to be like as her. So anyway, we will talk to Lisa Williams in just a minute. But first, I have to say thank you to our sponsors. Our sponsors are so important. And so Chris Wootton, thank you so much for being our sponsor. He is a financial advisor at Wootton Financial Group. It's Chris Wootton. And I asked him, I said, okay, when you were a kid, did you? And he just goes, woo whoosh. Yeah, I've heard it all. So Chris Wootton with the Wootton Financial Group is here in Conroe. Has been here over 21 years. So you know he's good, and he's, otherwise, if you're don't do right by Conroeites, then they'll tell everybody else and they'll kick you out of the place. You just, so if he's been here 21 years, he's doing good. He's a good guy. He is a really good guy. So the information is on the screen that you're watching us live stream here. And so we want to talk to Lisa Williams. And every time we said the cleaning lady, she is the cleaning lady, but she has her own company, which is Pristine Cleaning Elite Services.
Hi, my name is Lisa Williams, and I'm the founder of Pristine Clean Elite Services. And I'm so grateful to be here today, and I'm so happy to meet you, Cindy. So thank you.
Well, thank you. So, I guess let's see, who would have made you happy to meet me? Let's see, I know it wasn't Richard, right? Was it other people?
It was the good Lord who put me in the seat today,
there
who put
go.
me in front of you to to let our Conroe area know about how compassionate I am to love God and to serve people. And what really drives me to do what I do, and I'm not just the cleaning lady, I am way above that in terms of sanitizing and helping our elders who are struggling, who have undergone multiple surgeries, who need their home, who, I'm talking dialysis, their homes that are in dire need of being cleaned. And sometimes they have pets. And I love our veterans. I love to serve our veterans. And I love them so much. And I advocate for our veterans with the city. So anyone who knows Lisa Williams, yes, this is Lisa. And it's so nice to be here today.
So you have plenty of those come to Jesus meetings with people from the, here in Conroe, leaders and stuff like that. You always talk to all of them. Yep. You go to council meetings and that kind of thing? Oh, yeah.
Yes. I have some political persuasion.
Good.
I have a lemon tree, a persimmon tree, and some corn that I just harvested, and I came down here and I brought it to a lot of our secretaries upstairs.
Oh.
And the mayor. And he didn't give me back my basket, but he can just keep it as a gift, as a reminder of me.
Okay, you've heard it on the air now. You can keep the gift. The basket. So if you make yourself well known among all these people. Now, but you do have a cleaning service outside of the vets and the elderly people that you're taking care of. And so when is that all in the Conroe area, or do you go outside of Conroe?
Primarily Montgomery County, but depending on the circumstances, for example, out in Lufkin, it would be a round trip of 4 hours of driving. So if that person really couldn't find someone within that price range, all I would need is a full tank of gas to accommodate the drive way out there. But that right there would be my only need, because that is a very long drive. But if they are like, yes, I need you, I don't want anyone else, then I will do it for them.
Well, we were talking about, you really are a deep cleaner, and you've heard on the air, and they have these commercials about people come over and clean. They have like 5 or 6 people in there working at one time, but it's for their first, for your first cleaning, it's only $19, and they don't emphasize enough it's your first cleaning, because it's probably a lot more once you get them in there and you say, oh, I love this is great. I said, okay, but she's the only one that's going to come up next time, and it's going to be about 3 times the cost. So you have to be careful about that. But someone like you who has so many, you're great about with older people and people who've had surgeries or medically, they want to clean, they'd love to clean, but it's just impossible right now. So someone like you that has the heart for it, that comes in and does something like that, that's wonderful. And then the vets that need that type of, and you're advocating for them as well, not only just the cleaning and making sure they're living in a wholesome and sanitized place, but that you're doing things that let them know other problems that they have. They've got to be lifted up some way. I know I walk in my house and the kids actually, I don't know what happened to them, but somebody paid them off or whatever. They cleaned, and everything's clean, and you walk in there and you don't have to do a thing. Makes you feel so good. Mm-hmm. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, let me tell you, honestly, I understand where you're coming from, but whenever I think about, our veterans, there are some who heavily smoke, who heavily drink, who just don't care anymore and just leave trash. And I'm talking the tile, the grout. It's like they don't even notice. And it's a lot more worse than just having someone just pay some people to come clean, because they probably can't even get the stains off. And who knows? And I can, and I'm not charging anything. I just want to help them to
That's what I mean.
Intrinsically make them feel better. And I'm talking like what the consistency of the people that I serve all read the Bible. And so that is something that they all have in common that I serve, that makes me it reminds me.
Yes. Yeah, oh, sure. And that's what I mean. Like whenever you're a little kid and saying that, they keep telling you that cleanliness is next to godliness. There's something in that statement. So I think that for you to do that, just out of the goodness of your heart and wanting to help somebody, and you're going to do that for free, and because these people need it so badly, but I'm sure you must inspire them to the next time you come over or you come back to visit them, that have they kept some of it clean, or is it just as bad as it was?
I don't have an answer to your question. However, I do know that my stepmother, that has inspired me to do such a thing, to do such a courageous thing, to go out and clean for free. I do know that she never recovered from her fibromyalgia, which was in line with her living conditions, which she would buy things that she didn't need that would make her feel better. Mm-hmm. And she would just hold on to these things. And she always blamed it on a abusive circumstance where a man came into her life. And since then, she quit taking showers. She quit taking care of herself, her home. And me and Dick were talking about, some of the pets that she had, like they would die in her apartment and she couldn't find them. And everything was stacked to the ceiling. Yeah. I'm talking so severe. Oh. And I come in and I want to take care of people that are in that situation. So that's another thing that I look forward to doing this weekend as well. Not only will I be helping out with this family, a husband and wife, getting their home ready for the holidays, but their family doesn't want to come there with the kids because of the environment. And so we're going to get the garage sale going. And I also am going to have a homeless shelter come. Tender Mercy Ministries, I love them. They're going to be out there working with me, and whatever is not sold from the garage sale will be put into the truck and taken to 4 of their homes to accommodate families in need.
Oh, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. I mean, the reward that they have coming to them from what you're doing is going to be great. But, I just love it that God made it where, whatever you do, something like that, it rewards those people, but you're going to get the best reward out of it because it's what it does for you to see that you do uplift those people, and you can either have their family come in for the holidays. Oh my goodness.
Yes, this is how I serve the Lord. I tithe my time and I work as if I'm working for the Lord.
That's amazing. That's great. I mean, it's so wonderful to meet somebody like you that's out there and advocating for all this. This is just so exciting that people now can they get you through the website or the phone number? What would you like to give to them?
I wish I had a website, but right now everyone can find me on Facebook, and I am in the process of getting a website in motion and company shirts to uphold the public appearance. And everyone that I do serve is given a quality feedback form for quality assurance, so I can continue to be the best and to meet expectations and to get their feedback, because that's really important to me.
That's great. I love that. I mean, you are somebody who really does, deserve someone to help, to not sponsor but to donate. And do you take donations for your, or sponsorship for your company?
Yes, I do. In person, I do. However, it's so funny that you mentioned that because I recently cleaned for Dennis. And Dennis, I know you're listening. He reached out to me after he heard me on this radio station. And I went to his house the very next day. And I'm not going to explain the living circumstances, but I would not take his money. And he wanted to give me a water fountain. And it accumulated so much dust, and it was a water fountain that you plug in with rocks. It was like something decorative. Uh-huh. He was like, hey, you can give it to your kids. He also gave me some markers that he had laying around for a while. And so I took them home with me, and I'm so glad I did not throw that in the trash. I was going to go clean it up and, see if maybe the kids want to play with it. I don't know about electric components with water and the kids playing with the water fountain.
That's a good point, yeah.
But I was bringing it inside and it fell apart, and the money it came folded out money. And I was like, oh no, I think I got his stash on accident. And so I contacted him and I was like, hey, I think this was your stash of money. I can bring it right back to you. And he was like, no, it's a donation. And
oh, how sweet.
And so he really surprised me, and I was so grateful for that. And I still have it as well. Uh-huh. I have it saved away in an envelope. Because you never know what is going to come, whether it be taxes or anything coming your way that's unforeseen.
Sure.
I'm holding on to that money, Dennis.
Groceries or gas or rent, all those things that are going to be there. But you're so deserving of that. I think that's a great story. I love that. So if you get calls from people, is that what you're taking, just calls?
Or you can contact me on Facebook. There's my messenger, my email's on there, my primary number is on Facebook.
And they go to?
Yes, to Facebook, Pristine Clean Elite Services. The link should be in the description of today's show.
Yes, okay. All right, good. And they could contact you that way, or phone number. Would you want to give a phone number over the air?
Yeah.
Okay.
832-948-9581. And my email is simple. It's my first name, Lisa, Lisa, Conroe@gmail.com.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, it's great. That was smart of you. Very, very smart of you. And if we can get some people to you, and then what I'd love for you to do is like, okay, simply, if now you've got to leave early, I know. Are we coming up to the time? Or okay, we're good. How do you talk to someone that you come into their house and you see where their problem is, and probably what has been for a long time, but this is what their problem is? Do you talk to them about it? Do you do any kind of advice or training like that when you go in?
No, I never want to offer advice when I first walk into the home. I would say advice comes within the first 10 to 15 minutes of conversation. The very first thing that I do when I walk into someone's home is I look at the common areas, the restroom, the kitchen, where they spend the most time, where they're sleeping. And then I just take a look around. I pay close attention to detail. I ask them questions. What about this? Have you thought about this? And then I start giving recommendations. You know, if it is a situation of hoarding, I highly recommend if you don't use it within 12 months, you might want to get rid of it. If it exceeds, like, for example, your Thanksgiving dishes, if you have way more than enough to accommodate your family over Thanksgiving, get rid of the rest to a home that does need it, or, you know, donate it or sell it. And that's my recommendation most of the time.
Well, when it's people that do come in and do construction work, and they have a trash out that they have to take everything out, and the people say, I don't want this anymore, we're getting new stuff, and so they have to put it in a bin or something. And then do you find yourself in that position when they say, I don't want any more, and it's something that you could actually sell or to trade or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Tender Mercy Ministries is my go-to.
That's
I
why.
just send them over a message. Hey, I have this going on this date. Would you like to help? And they will thank you for the donation. They will show up on time or early. And they have been so kind. And it's never the same person. It's always someone different. And the good thing that I love about that is that the Lord has also been good to them, because they have been provided housing where they're able to be rehabilitated. And so their donations they mean so much. They mean so much to them.
Oh, that's goodness. Well, you have to tell them to call Richard to get him on the show, because he's the one taking all the, or you can email him at IR Lone Star. Wait, no. What do you want me to tell her? He's like, don't say anything, Cindy. You'll confuse everybody. Okay, but anyway, but if you want to tell him that I'd love to have him on the show, and we can, talk about when somebody wants to donate something, what they can do, and what kind of donations they've gotten. What's the weirdest ones? What kind of stories do they have about their donations? Do you have any stories about people that you walk into on the professional, commercial side, not your benevolence work that you do, but have you ever walked into a place and you're going, I think this is what we're going to have to do, but have they ever interfered on you trying to clean something that that this needs to be? They do.
Yeah.
She's shaking her head like it.
Yeah, yeah. It's so interesting that you asked that, because, so just as an example, true story. So there's a husband and wife that I currently serve, and I'm not going to disclose any names for confidentiality purposes, but the husband, he had some toothbrushes, and he had, they were really old, and he had a really nice toothbrush that was plugged into the wall and everything, so I kept that one. That was really nice. He had his mouthwash component right next to it that was also plugged in. It was all electrical. And he had these old toothbrushes that were just manually used, and they were dirty, and there was 3 of them. And so I threw them in the trash. And I think it caused an argument between him and his wife, because I was just, I was like, I decided to take that decision and make that decision to throw it away without asking. So that caused a little bit of conflict in their marriage. And then I I saw tools in the bedroom, like drills, Black & Decker tools. And I was like, maybe we should put those in the garage, just put them where they go. That's what I was thinking. Traditionally, they should probably go in the garage. And he started yelling at her. He was fed up, and he just had enough. And he was so upset about it. And I didn't understand what the garage looked like.
Oh.
And so I did not know. I should have not said anything. Maybe we should have just left those where they were, because he uses them for what? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So to answer your question, there's been some
That's awkward.
conflict.
Yeah. And so
men are different.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And they shouldn't play in girl sports. But otherwise, I think that it is how hard it must be for you to walk in and there be domestic problems, not only with the cleaning stuff, but once you get in there and you clean and they see what it looks like and all that, does it seem like you've created a more happy atmosphere or environment for them?
Absolutely. By the same household that I was just talking about, they told me that they haven't seen this place look that clean since the day they moved in 5 years ago.
That's great. That is great.
It was amazing. I mean, even like the toilets, like I know it sounds really disgusting, guys, but the toilets get stains. And how I get rid of them, I won't tell you. But I can do it.
You can make the toilet sing?
Yes,
Okay.
without harsh chemicals. Yes,
Oh.
I have my secrets. I am the whisperer. Not gonna
The
say
toilet
the toilet
whisperer.
whisperer.
Open the lid. Yeah. Well, I just wondered if you'd ever been into a house.
Potty mouth.
Yes.
Goodness.
That's very good. I was just wondering if you'd ever had to walk into a house and just go, let us join hands and let us pray. I've never had to do that, have you?
No,
Oh,
but
okay.
that is. I don't know if they would be offended or not.
But you've thought of it. It passed through
No,
your
you
mind.
did.
You probably said, Lord, let me take a second and ask you for help here.
Oh
'Cause-
yes,
Yes.
I pray for the Lord to help me in all of the jobs that I do, because I don't know what I'm walking into sometimes. Some people are so ashamed, but they don't tell you up front. Mm-hmm. So it's quite a surprise sometimes.
I know, because I'm not a great house cleaner, but people that come over to do exterminating or anything like that. And I said, and I'm just going to warn you, you probably have all kind of advice for me after going through this, and tell me why you're having roaches or ants or whatever come through here. And it's okay, you can. I understand. And don't be embarrassed for me. I'm not embarrassed. I'm sorry. And I'm apologetic, but what you do and what you're going to do and how you're going to leave this house is going to be so much better. And the roaches won't be coming in and visiting as much anymore. So that's important. Now, will you find rodents, or you find rodents? Mm-hmm. This is a new house, and I'm in there and I'm fixing my hair, and I step back, and I'm going to put my jeans on. As I look down, it had to be a mouse. I mean, it looked like it was about that big. Ran right across me, and I was shocked. I mean, I felt like it was in the cartoons, where you want to jump on the chair and stuff. But and I mean, I've been around mice. I've been lived where places that had mice, and you had to have the mouse trap and everything, and then you have to remove it. My husband said that one time. He said, all you have to do is you put this out, they'll eat this, and then they'll go away and die. And I said, what? And he says, yeah, it will poison them, and then they'll go away, though. They'll get away from where you are to be poisoned. I went, oh, that's so cruel. That just, that's horrible. But but seeing a mouse run across your room, and so now I've got to call our exterminators, because I said, well, I've seen some ants, but that's all I've ever seen. I've seen some. Now I got to tell them,
Well, it's probably just an old house. Growing up, I'm not afraid of rats, I'm afraid of rats, but mice not so much. I think they're kind of cute. But we used to have, over at my Aunt Doris's, there was a hole in the wall, and I used to go leave pretzels and stuff in the hole for them to come and eat. But that's just me being a kid.
Yeah, you want some friends.
I've always had just a really soft heart.
You do. Well, that's That's why you're so successful, is because you do.
I won't kill roaches or spiders. I can't.
I had a guy that I worked with that he would pick up by the legs and take them out and put them outside because he said, I can't kill them. I just can't step on them. And whatever he'd find that come into our office place, I was like, yeah, you're going to he says, just wait a minute. I'll just pick it up by the feet and they'll be fine.
I will avoid it. I won't crunch it. I can't. I just don't have the heart to step on them either. Plus the exoskeleton crunching, I can't stand.
Yes, it makes a noise. That was hard. You're exactly right. But my mom, we lived in the East End, and it was a lot of roaches, and they would be tree roaches or the German roaches, and she would go, Fred, what are you doing out this late? Get back under the refrigerator, for crying out loud. You're going to embarrass me. And so she just had, a lot of friends, and she couldn't stand that. She's like, I don't want to hear that sound. I do not want to hear that sound. Okay. But so you run into so many things, so many different people, so many different stories and backstories and things like that you probably could go ahead and write that book. But the cleaning lady is the what that usually means in the crime world is that's the person that cleans up after someone's murdered someone. They call in the cleaning lady, and there's a series out right now that's called that. And so when Richard told me it's going to be this she's a cleaning lady, and so I went. Oh, I knew he wouldn't have meant the other, but I don't even know if he knows that. Do you know that's what that's called? In the crime world, they have people called the cleaning lady. Okay. I just want to make sure you're up on things. Do you have a tattoo on your hand? What is
She's
that?
She's not talking to me, guys. She's talking to Dick.
Yeah, I'm talking to Richard. Sticker. It's a sticker. I thought... That's so funny. Yeah. Well, I had to point that out, sorry. But see, if you watch the show, live stream, but this is also like a podcast too. People just listen to the radio, and I'll forget that sometimes. Like you said, she's pointing at Richard, not me. So I have to remember. That's right. I'm talking to you. But you have children you have to go pick up. Is that right?
Yes. Here in about 15 minutes.
Okay, good. All right. Now you tell me the stories that you said you were talking about. You have had a lot of different experiences doing this. How long have you been doing it?
Before I started the business, I was just a sole proprietor for about 4 years, cleaning in Austin, Texas, and then due to the inaffordability that forced me out of my hometown, I had to move to Conroe. And since then, I've just been, building my foundation, and I'm graduating from Lone Star College in spring, and I've just been so focused on serving others and being actively involved in my community. And I noticed a lot in Conroe, and it turns out that now it's the fastest growing city in Texas.
Yes, it is.
It used to be Austin, and it's like now I just can't avoid it. Now I'm here in another rapidly growing city.
Now it's rapidly growing, yes. No, it certainly is. But you have, I'm sure the people, the leaders here appreciate what you said, is that you started thriving once you moved from Austin to Conroe. It was, everything was better. That's what I like about Conroe, is because I feel safer, when I'm in Conroe. Now I moved out to Spring, but I had to be by my son. So, but I love being in Conroe because I feel safe. That they're, the streets, they're always there. Believe me, I know they're always there because I see how fast I'm going. But that's what's great about it. They really take care of you. And the nicest people will pull you over, and what they say to you is so, they're just really nice. This guy said, I'm sorry to inconvenience you and have to stop you, but you were going, 55 and a 25. And so would you mind giving me your license and your registration? And I went, yikes. I have my license, but I have no idea where the registration is. And he says, okay, if you give me your license, then I'll just look you up and we'll see if everything's okay. Okay. And he walked off and I went, that was the nicest guy.
Oh, yeah.
He must have had a really good morning and was just really happy to be alive.
Yes, yes.
So it's someone that if you do the cleanings alone, when you have to go into a house or something and do the cleanings alone, are you nervous about being alone in a house like that, or do you?
No.
You don't have any fear?
No. Nope. I have not had any fear. To be honest with you, the evidence is there, and he's protected me. And so primarily the people who do inquire my services are normally mothers. That's the consistency.
Oh,
But
good.
since I've opened the doors to our veterans, they respect me and they respect what I do, and they appreciate the work that I do. So I haven't had any problems with that. And and into relation what you were saying about our police department, I always thank them for their service too. I always thank them for keeping our community safe, because I'm a mother and I do have kids,
Yeah.
and my family is my priority.
I mean, no matter where they are, I will go up to them and they think I'm getting ready to tell them something bad. And they put their hand on their on the gun. No, they just yes. What do you want? I said, I just want to thank you so much and give you a hug. Thank you for for what you do. And he goes, I'll take hugs. So, and I think that they do love that recognition. I mean, I think a lot of people here are the types of people that would go up to them and say, thank you so much for being here. But at the grocery store or whatever, and they would, I thought you were going to ask me about, where's the tuna? I didn't, and I don't know any of that stuff. I said, no, I just wanted to tell you, thank you for being here in the store. So for our protection, but they're great. They're great. I love that. And I think that when you put yourself out there and put your name out there and people start calling you, how do you vet that call?
Well, I listen to their questions, and then if they are looking for any services, I look at my schedule and I give them the first availability that I have right then and there. So
Good,
there's no, gap in timing. I will do it right over the phone or even through text message.
Now, do you have a team that goes with you?
No, I have always been alone, but today the Lord has blessed me with a wonderful opportunity, a very trustworthy individual. Her name is Alex, and she's a major in early education, and she is such a sweetheart, and I'm so glad to have her on board. She received her onboarding paperwork this morning, and so she will be helping me with developing our training videos for a new program that I call the Advanced Sanitation Enhancement Program. So she's going to be helping me out with videos. We're going to be making training programs for future employees and for the city of Conroe for workshops for people to earn a expert cleaning certificate. And
that's great.
Yes. I'm so glad to have her, because I can't do this alone, and the Lord has just been incrementally blessing me with what I need.
Yes. Well, I think this could, and you'll have your own reality show soon, and then
I hope so.
And just tell everybody, now I need you to sign this waiver because we may use this video of this, because the Hoarders series, have you ever watched the Hoarders series?
I love it, and I wonder what my husband thinks about me because I like it so much. And I haven't asked him.
No, I related to a lot of things that they were doing, but I really did like this show and the way the people, it was so real. It was extremely real. And all of the psychological problems. Now, they had a psychiatrist on, there all the time, and they're talking and trying to be so sweet to the people. Now, are you sure you may need this because you've had it seems like in your closet that's been locked for how many years? Yeah, I think we can go ahead and do away with this. Oh, look what we found. Oh, well, that cat you were looking for, we found it, and it was under the trash. And so they go through all those things. You never know what they're going to find or what they're going to do. And you feel so sorry for the owners because they're pulled in every direction. Like, is this okay? Can I can we take this? Can we leave this? And they don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah, see, and another thing that I ask is, would you like for me to manage this project? Would you like to let me know, this is okay, this is not okay? So some people just really want you to be the decision maker, but some people do want to be involved and have some say.
Yeah, because, I'm sure you hear all the backstories to the, the history of whatever item that you're trying to say. I don't think you need this anymore. And sometimes it may make them feel more attached to it, or that's why I think that sometimes they'd rather like close their eyes and like, you do it because I can't do it.
Every single time their head falls into their hands. And just as an example, my stepmother, she used to teach ballet class. And so she had tons of ballet slippers from all of the students, and she did not need them. She did not need them, but she did not want to let them go.
Oh.
But they were so precious, beautiful, and old.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
I know, because a lot of times you go like, well, you could put it in a cabinet, in a glass cabinet. We could put it up and we could put a frame around. But, a lot of times that's not really helping them, because they need to really get rid of it and be able to let it go. And if you play the Frozen song the whole time you're there, so let it go. Because that's hard. That is hard. And they see stuff put in the trash with other things that they feel like are nasty or, that's gross.
It doesn't need to go to the trash.
Yeah.
It can be a treasure. For example, there was a really old prescription pair of glasses it was an RX prescription, and I think they were from the 80s or 90s. And I called a local museum here in Conroe, and they want to display them in a case. So, I mean, just because they're so old doesn't mean they have to go in the trash.
That's good.
They can be
that's
treasured.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm
So
very
you have
resourceful.
So you
and I
have
find
that
ways.
contact with a museum, and so if you come across something that might be, that's
Yes.
awesome. Now,
Actually, a few.
Do you have to get permission from the people to say I want to put this in a museum?
Normally, I always have to speak to the president of the board of that museum, depending on the location. But I'm actively involved in the museum, so that's how I know about it. I just have these light bulbs go off in my head. Maybe I should bring this here. It doesn't have to be donated. And sometimes things are handcrafted that can still be treasured and put on display for the community to enjoy seeing.
Yeah, and all those ashtrays that their kids made back in the 50s and that they still have. And but some of the biggest items that you've had to move around or do something with is like what?
Trash bags.
That's what you have to move around all the time. They put everything in a trash bag and you have to go through that.
Oh, you mean for donations?
No. I meant like for you to
No.
have to move out of a house a big item. What kind of how big would it
So
be?
I highly recommend, if it's books, put it in boxes. They will break plastic tubs. If it's treasures, put them in plastic tubs where they can be protected and concealed. If it's clothes, industrial trash bags. And I don't recommend putting actual debris in regular trash bags because that stuff does leak on me. And so, and I have to pick it up, toss it in the truck. And so, I mean, every circumstance really varies. You just have to approach it in a logical manner, depending on what you're dealing with.
There's so many people that when they finish drinking a soda, they don't drink that last little bit left and throw it in the trash. And then when you sling that trash to go with you see the Coke coming out of it.
I'm thinking of pickle juice and inside a glass container right now.
I promise, Lisa, I try to take that pickle juice out before I put it in the trash can because it's so heavy anyway. In the trash can, it's heavy. But now these trash bags, the trash bags they have, and they have them all scented and all. I think it's so cute. Mm-hmm. So that because you go like, that does smell better than the way I had it. Instead of having to clean out because whenever you dump a trash can, all that trash is still in there. You need wash it out and all that. So if this has been the hardest thing you've had to do is get the stuff on you. Do you have to wear? Do you wear apron? Do you wear hazmat? What?
I would love to have a respirator and a hazmat suit, but really, I like to wear long sleeves, and I wear long leggings or some denims, and I wear some comfortable shoes. It's rare that my shoes get wet, but I do know I have worn like some rubber boots like you would wear in the rain.
Right,
in some jobs, just depending on the circumstances, but I always have gloves. I have to have gloves.
Yes.
That is my main thing. And I do have face masks.
You do,
because I
okay.
know that some places are really dusty and inhaling some things. But I don't really clean with bleach. I will, but I don't have to because some of the cleaners are industrial grade, and you can't buy these from the stores. These are from salesmen, so they're not even available. And it's just like a Kirby. You can't go into a store and buy a Kirby.
That's right. Yeah.
You have to get them from a particular salesperson that only has these products exclusively. And so that's also another thing that I love.
Well, chemicals, working with chemicals, because, there have been people that start fires and put chemicals together that they even put where
Like
the
ammonia
mustard,
and bleach.
mustard. And so you have to be so careful. So you have to study that as well, right?
Yeah,
Make
I
sure.
also don't clean with ammonia. I don't like the smell of it. And the current industrial grade cleaner that I use, I won't disclose the name of it, but it is non-toxic, and it cleans grout for me, and I just go in and scrub it.
Are you not going to
But
tell that because you
no,
don't want everybody buying it?
Now, there's one nice lady who asked me what it was, and I served her for free as well. And she texted me yesterday asking me what that was. So I texted it to her, but I'm not going to tell people on the radio so they can go buy it.
So that's why you guys have got to call or Facebook Lisa Williams, and your name, the name you said on the Facebook it's just Lisa.
Lisa Williams. I am the founder of Pristine Clean Elite Services.
So that's all in the title. If you're looking for, because there's probably a lot of Lisa Williams people. But
Oh no, you won't find me by no. I don't even have a Facebook. I mean, if you do, I do have a Facebook, but it's only pictures of my dog. So, because I don't like to get on social media, but I do have a Facebook only for business purposes.
Well, I was just thinking that they wanted to get in touch with you, message you.
Yes, there's a business page.
Say that. Well, I thank you so much for giving your time. You are a delight, and I love your spirit. Oh my goodness, your spirit is great. And so I know God's going to bless you so much. And so thank you for doing this, and for the people that you're doing this for your, from your heart, and not just as a business commercial. But for commercial, I would want you, because of knowing now. That's what I like to do, is I like to bring the personality out and what that person believes, to show people this business is not just a business to them. It's more than that. And you take your very pride. You have a lot of pride in your work. So thank you so much. I'm so proud to know you. And we'll have to have you come back. If you have anything else that comes up that you want to talk about, or that you've got going, and you do your videos and stuff like that, let us know, because we'll certainly help promote you for that.
Thank you. I will also let Tender Mercy Ministries, their pastors, know of their new opportunity.
Yes, and Richard's the guy. So, Rich, you want to take a break right now, and then so she can hop out of here? And we have to say goodbye. So long, goodbye.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wootton with Wootton Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wootton Financial Group's process in helping their clients to a clearer financial future, And to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran Show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wootton Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wootton Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.woottonfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
This program is sponsored by the Wootton Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wootton Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wootton Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wootton Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wootton Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wootton Financial Group, or any of their representatives.
Does your company have needs that can be met by an employee who is dependable, hardworking, enthusiastic, motivated, cooperative, respectful, and punctual? Conroe Independent School District Special Education Department can meet your needs by connecting you with potential employees that have been preparing for a lifetime of employment. We have numerous individuals seeking paid and unpaid work experiences. If your company is interested in seeing how we can meet your business needs, call Conroe ISD Special Education Department to find the best employees for you at 936-709-7671.
And we're back. Yay, on the Cindy Cochran Show. And so we've been talking to Lisa Williams. I hope you guys give her a call or look her up on Facebook. And also we have information on her. As you're looking at the screen right now, there's information there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's always so good about that, and I just want to brag on him so much.
Well, I'm like that person you like so much. I'm always there no matter what. I'm always.
You are, Richard. You're my best friend.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
You are. I just love you so much.
Yeah.
No, you are. You really, truly. It's like if I have to be away for like 3 or 4 days or something like that, and I haven't seen you, I just I want to go get some food for you and bring you food and
Yeah, I like food.
And just to make you happy, make you feel better.
I ate a bunch of tacos before the show started. I'm like really tired.
Oh man,
So
that's
good.
why you're tired.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was so surprised you didn't jump in with some cleaning hints or anything like that during our show. So thank you.
I'm real tired.
Okay. All right. Well, then how many more minutes do we
We
have?
got a couple of minutes. So I do want to remind your listeners you won't be here tomorrow.
Oh, I won't be here tomorrow.
And that you have a special guest on Tuesday.
And Tuesday, I have someone that I just, bonded with immediately.
Yeah, you started signing with her.
Yes, and and you were so mean. She wanted to talk to me.
No, I'm getting very impatient with the transfers of shows.
Transitions, yes.
Because what ends up happening is everyone's talking out in the hallway, and I'm like, hey, I don't want to just sit here for 20 minutes because I know everyone's going to come here and start talking for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like,
That's
hey,
right.
you go, you come in, let's get this going.
And so this girl, she's just beautiful. She's so, and seems like she's so sweet. But she signs, and so she says, but it's been so long since I signed. And I said,
And that's when I knew I got to get you going because you sign even slower. And I'm like,
what?
Yes, you do. And I'm like, this is going to be the longest sign conversation. Like, not right now, guys. Y'all can. And I told you, I go, hey, I'm going to get her for you. Don't worry.
I knew you would. No, she was so pretty. I knew he was going to make sure she came back. But did you find out?
Because that's all I care about. I don't want ugly people. That's what I'm trying to hide. That's why I'm trying to hide you from the camera all the time. It's like,
You are. That's why he has this mic that does like this, and you can't see it.
yeah, I always
can't
give
see
you the
me.
chair that sinks really low.
Yeah, makes me look like
I
I'm
laugh
5 years
about
old.
that with some of the hosts. They're like, "Why do you always give me the chair that sinks?" And I'm like, "They all sink. They're office chairs."
I know. I just feel like I need to bring one of those things the kids put in
Yeah,
the
you
chair.
can bring a booster seat. I mean, I'm gonna burn these when we get new ones because I hate these chairs so much.
You are?
Yeah, I'm gonna burn them or blow them up.
But well,
But I don't know when I want to get new chairs. I have to find the perfect
who
chair.
chewed on that?
That's because people, again, see, this is what I love is they're like, oh, these chairs are too low. But I'm like, well, I go look at the armrests. That's people hitting the table. So clearly they're not low because they don't realize they're just like, ugh, yeah.
It's just
So I don't know what to tell people, and it's like, all right. So you know what's funny is I had this thought the other day. I was like, I really wish I put up a piece of glass between me and the host. Sometimes I'm like, that way, like they just don't talk to me.
So, would you rather not ask me anything?
No, that is a selfish thing for me to say because I designed everything because I want to be part of the show. I want to listen.
Right.
I want to be this
Yeah.
community radio. I want to know what's going on, especially
Right.
like how Lisa was on like with me, and I was sitting there going like, yeah, she needs to get back on Cindy's, and she's got a good message. Same thing with the signing girl. I
Yeah.
was like, that'd be like I like listening to them because I'm like, oh, they're gonna be a good guest on another show.
Well, see, yeah, you can vet them and
Yeah.
see if there's somebody you want to ask out or something like that. That's fine.
No,
No, you don't see it that way? Okay. But
no.
you are good as a
Maybe that's what I should do with Wootton Financial. I'd be like, hey, Chris and your team, how much money do I need to save up so I can just start taking out every cute girl that comes into the studio? I need a budget. I need to budget this.
How do I budget dates?
Like how many? I want to do like 4 a week. How much money I need?
Oh man,
invested?
4 weeks. Yeah, you wish 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would not. You would break up with somebody so quick if you were seeing them 4 days a week. You would.
No, different girls. 4 different girls.
Oh, 4 different girls.
Yeah.
Oh, spread
I'm
it
in
out.
that. I'm in that volunteer. I was actually talking to my buddy about this. I was like, I think I'm in that voluntarily midlife crisis mode right now. And he's like, well, what do you mean by that? I was like, well, you know, some people who go through midlife crisis don't know they're going through it, and they just do, random behavior, and they're irrational and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there like, I'm kind of choosing to do all this stuff because I kind of want to. I kind of want to have some fun, so I can do that, right?
don't just have so much fun that you just it passes you by and you go like, oh wait a minute, now I can't ask any girl that walks in here like, hey, what are you doing afterwards? You want to go have coffee? You know,
Well,
just don't-
every beautiful painting starts to look the same. All the Picassos.
Yeah.
There's like, oh, I've already seen this one.
that's it.
That's
That's the reason
okay.
you keep me around because I'm the only ones that has to make the contrast with the younger people that come in here. I just
I love it.
so sweet that you let me be your grandma on the air.
Oh yes.
You do, and it's so sweet. You're so
Yeah.
sweet to me.
Well, yeah. I think what I enjoy more about older people is like I know what to expect because sometimes it's like the wildest stuff, and so it's fun sometimes. Mm-hmm. And then it's also something like, oh, they're old enough to understand like they don't care either. So
You do become like, yeah, I don't care. That IDC and sometimes it's hard to get up and go like, I've got to.
But there's also the flip
change
too. I've
and
known
get
a lot of older
dressed.
people who can easily go into child mode.
They
You
can
know,
easily what?
Like go into like a childish mode. And
Yeah.
you're acting like a child, and they'd
Yes.
be like, "Oh yeah, I'm 80. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm not a child." Like
Oh,
I
no.
had this guy at the bowling alley, and we do the seniors deal. So you have to be a senior to be in the tournament or whatever, and it's almost like high school. Everyone has cliques, right? And it's this group of people came in, and they all sat at this one lane. Well, that was his lane that he's been bowling on for.
It's like church pew.
Oh, and
Yeah.
he started throwing a fit. And I'm sitting there overhearing, and I was like, is this guy really upset that someone, like, it's an open seat tournament? Like, you should have gotten here sooner, bro.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, and I walk over, and I was like, what's the problem? And he's like, these people took my seat. I was like, oh, did you put your stuff down beforehand? No, I just got here. Well, I don't think they took it. I think you're trying to take their seat. Well, I've been sitting here. They should know I've been sitting here. And I'm like, all right, buddy.
You know, that happens in church. You know, people.
I don't doubt it.
You know, what's weird is that a long time ago they used to buy the whole row. You know, you had to pay for it.
Well, if you paid for it, I get it. Because you paid for it.
Yeah, but that's how people did. They paid for it, so no one else was sit there, and so they.
I mean,
they
I do
pay for
that.
the
I do
rows
that
and-
purposely when I have an opportunity to pick a seat. I'm like, I always want to be closer to the restroom. I don't want to deal with people getting out and dealing with things. And
Me too. I know.
so I'm like,
know.
I purposely go, okay, I bought this seat for a reason, dude. You better
right.
get up.
Yeah, I do like those. That's what you can do. You reserve. You know, a long time ago, you couldn't reserve the seats in the theater.
Well, that's why I got those seats for us.
Yeah, it was
So I could go to
perfect.
the restroom. I didn't
Right.
bother anybody.
Yeah, and except to walk over me and
Well, you chose to sit there. I was like, we can sit wherever you want, but
yeah. Well, I was trying to get up the. I'd already fallen down the
Yeah.
steps on the other side. I didn't want to do that again.
Yeah.
So, but I'm doing better. I think I'm walking better, and I
maybe.
can.
But I've also gotten to the point where I've been around so many older people falling, I just kind of like abandon them. I'm just like, hey, you had your chance.
You didn't even. I said, Richard, you didn't see that I fell? And he says, no, I just saw that you were there, and then all of a sudden you weren't there, and I didn't know what happened to you. You fell down the
It is
stairs.
what it is. But yeah, so no show tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
that's okay. Okay.
so we got to go.
Okay. All right, we got to go. Hey, bye, everybody. And we love you, first responders, and we'll see you next week. Bye.